Dear Ann Landis, my husband
Dear
and I
Abby,
are in shock.
I'm
We've been
extremely
married
upset.
for over 30 years.
My son got married in
Dear
April.
Ann Landis.
We were very
I
happy.
thought
Dear
she
Abby,
was
his wife
nice
is working.
and
I've seen a woman, Dear Abby.
She thinks way too much of
Dear
herself.
Abby.
She had to get married.
Dear Pod.
Let me just talk about this one article. So this will like just get us into the spirit.
Why?
Because
what do you mean?
Well, so I was looking at the news today, and I could not.
Don't do that. Don't look at the news.
But this news headline I thought was very catchy.
Oh,
Catchy.
Okay.
The headline from the New York Post, which is such a great.
It's a reliable source.
I love it so much.
Information.
I love the covers.
Yeah.
Today's story, the headline was, I'm mom to 8 dolls. I breastfeed them and I take them everywhere. Exactly.
I'm in.
Yes.
Okay. That's very interesting.
Where are my glasses?
Okay.
She
breastfeeds them. Let's start there.
is an adopted mom to her 8 reborn dolls
Does it say what her age is?
and breastfeeds them,
Like-
makes them breakfast, and takes them everywhere. Kelly is 28 years old
Kelly. Oh,
and
Kelly.
became interested in realistic dolls after seeing a YouTube video showing off a collection.
There's nothing worse than a realistic doll, much less a collection of them.
Like, she's got like 7 of them.
Is there any picture in there of her breastfeeding one of these dolls?
No, but she has a collection of these dolls, and they kind of look like if you found a collection of dead toddlers, that's what they look like.
Oh my God.
Which
this
I'm assuming is a bad thing.
I think there's nothing good on anything that you've said in the last 30 seconds. Are you going to go into more depth on this?
I think I might.
Okay.
She used to breastfeed them, and now she feeds them the bottle.
Well, because naturally
They
grew up.
She's from Long Island.
I don't think you need to say anything else. Unless you said Florida.
I don't understand how someone gets to this point. Like, I saw that movie with Ryan Gosling. What's the one when he gets a doll and it's his
Ryan
girlfriend?
Gosling?
Oh, Lars and the Real Girl.
Right.
Never saw it.
Well,
And
basically,
he gets a doll and he lives with
like
the doll.
like a large female doll.
Well, let's be honest. If you're married, there is a certain point that you thought, I could replace him. I'd be fine with something that couldn't
It's
tuck
basically like
back.
Okay. Just look at this picture of this.
It's also how I feel about people calling their dogs fur babies. Look, I'm dog obsessed. We know that. But if I don't call my dogs fur babies, I call your kids skin dogs.
Right. Now look at the picture of that baby.
Okay.
In a bed.
We're going to see if we can get Jules to do a little sub corner now for this, because this is mildly terrifying.
Because keep in mind, she doesn't just have babies. These are toddlers. They're reborn babies.
So they're like
or whatever.
growing, and it looks like she's
Right.
added on pieces to their arms.
I think they extend as
so. It's like
she
they're
ages.
actually growing.
Right.
They're
So she's had them long enough for them to grow.
I mean, is there a guy in her life?
Aaron.
Could you imagine walking into that bedroom and she's like, and here's Janine, and here's little Timmy. He's gluten intolerant.
By the time she turned around to say gluten intolerant,
There'd be a patty-shaped hole in the wall.
my car would be halfway home.
Well, everybody's boner's gone now, ladies and gentlemen.
Jesus.
Jennifer stands at 39 inches and has her own bed in Kelly's room. Okay, so wait, Kelly's the living person, right? Okay.
Well, they're
Kelly
all
started
living in
adding
her
to her.
mind.
Oh, of course she's on TikTok and she's got a creator fund. And here's the worst part: she's making more money than all of us combined. I
We don't
bet
know
you.
that.
Oh, I would put my money.
Look at the
I'd put
picture.
my
Look at
three
the picture of
American
the baby.
dollars on it. That's all I've got until I start getting weird and get a stupid TikTok page, which is why you have to give to our Patreon. Do not let Kelly win. And her creepy ass kids. Are they all blonde girls? Could you imagine if she invited us over to her house? Yes, I called them her kids. Swallow it. If you're not watching us,
Fuck you and your creepy ass kids. Aaron, they're not really kids. What the fuck?
Whatever. I'll be in the car.
See how easily she convinced you to the other side?
People are easily manipulated.
Love your
on
kids. They're
TikTok.
dolls, Aaron. Fuck off.
Fuck off. You know what I mean. Oh my God.
Is it the one where
She
they're all on the
takes
sofa?
them out to dinner.
Yes.
She's taking them out to, like, could you imagine? You're working at the Cheesecake Factory. You're miserable. That's your gig. You go up to a table with Kelly, and she's like got 3 of the girls out because she can't bring all of the kids.
Right.
You know.
Sorry, it's
and,
been a long day with the kids.
And she's like, Jennifer's old enough to babysit the other 3, so I just thought I'd bring these 3 out. Here's Carla. Here's Carrie. Here's Laura.
Imagine being at the Applebee's. It's a shift change, and I'm leaving. I have to go up to you, Aaron. Table 3 is just about to cash out. Table 4 has 3 kids that aren't real kids, and I quit today.
I'm not taking their cheesecake off the bill because they happen to not be able to digest food because they happen to not be animate objects.
However, they did take a bite out of it.
That's creepy.
So I don't.
You know how terrified I am of dolls too. I'd be like, I wouldn't fuck with it, you know? First of all, okay, these are terrifying. And so there's a couple that are too lifelike for
That's what
my
I'm saying.
comfort.
This is like E.T. and the doll collection in Drew Barrymore's bedroom.
Totally. But there is one of them looks she looks like she's just a dead posed child. This is horrifying. Why did you bring this to my attention? I came in this week ready to talk about the Martha Stewart documentary on Netflix.
That is on my list.
I have been inspired. Look at my outfit
It was
today.
my number 1, but then
But then this,
I don't know why.
But then Kelly come in and like knocked Martha Stewart off that pedestal. She's like, "Fuck up! Look at my children. Love my children." Oh, here's my only concern: is she getting governmental assistance for any of them? Is she on like EBT?
I don't
And
actually know her.
At one point, look, you won't find this woman, and you get answers from me because there's going to be a point where she tries to enroll them in school.
Well, she was trying to. She was trying to have a real baby, or at least an adoption. However, that's not going very well.
Was there a person that was assisting her in this, or was this a solo endeavor?
I think she thought about it, and then they came to her house, and they're like, "What's that?"
They're like, "We're good. We're going to bring this kid. He'd be safer if we just put him on the street at this point than with
Sorry,
you."
my kids are really crazy today. Like, wait.
And she's got all the toys in her hand. She opens up the door. She's like, "Hey, sorry, Monday, right? I got to get him out to school."
But sorry, it's so loud in here. And they're like, who, and what? There's like no noise in her house.
I'm going to put on Dora the Explorer for them so that they can calm down. Come on in.
It's like an acting class. No, remember, you're a stressed out mother. The TV's going. The kids are screaming. The one's in the backyard. And the doorbell rings and you enter and you go,
One of them just dropped a plate of eggs.
"No, louder."
Louder! I am horrified / fascinated. She lives in Long Island, and I'm frankly ready to get in the car and go visit her. Oh, every new page that I turn gets more horrifying than the last. It's like you just brought me like a school
Annabelle.
report on the most fucked up woman in America.
I just bought you Annabelle.
You
And I put her
did.
in your basement and I
What's
didn't tell
with
you
the
about it.
wig? What's with this wig? Now, I'm not talking about the wig that's on the kid. I'm talking about now it's on the living person. Am I correct?
I think
That
she's
is
doing
Kelly Olin.
Elsa. I think it's...
Let her go. Let her go.
Look at the picture above because then she gave her a businesswoman's haircut.
Oh, no. She
Who
cut her
also has
hair
a-
like Kate Gosselin. It's like, look at my young realtor. She just made #1 employee at Century 21. She sold 3 condos this week.
Her first $500,000.
Oh my God. I get some comments such as women playing with reborn dolls is weird. What is this? What's the term reborn dolls? Everything about this, I can't blink anymore, Patty. It
Then you like
happened.
her doll. You like her children.
So, I get comments such as women playing with reborn dolls is weird. Sometimes people, all they do is stare. Sometimes people say something like, "That's creepy." I'm not surprised some people don't get it. You think? Oh, God, the comments section. You printed out the comments
No, that's
section.
still her going on.
Oh, no.
Reborn dolls.
Collecting dolls is one thing. Assuming they're human is something else. She needs
What are you
help.
waiting for? Bring the realistic reborns home today and cherish them forever. Lifelike hand-painted silicone reborn baby dolls.
But wait, you did print out the comments page, but I can see that it gives you the option. They're like, Patrick, would you like to add a comment?
No, I don't.
Like, your keyboard's on fire. They're like, Patrick, would you like to stop commenting? Oh, I have so much more to say. Weird Cabbage Patch woman.
All right,
Wow.
well,
Okay, well, I'd like to thank you for that. And the image of her going to a cheesecake factory. Carla will have the flatbread pizza. Oh my God. I think there's actually, remember that Sex and the City episode is kind of about that, where he has like the backstory on all of his dolls.
oh, the one where Stanford goes home with that guy.
Yeah, and he
that's-
breaks one of the porcelain dolls. Oh.
Yes, I just saw that.
Dolls
actually.
are creepy in general, but we got to find this woman. We should have her as a guest on the podcast.
I don't know if I could be entertaining.
Well, we can't get. Read kind. I would never sit by her and not be able to just rip it all to shreds.
I would
She
love
would
it.
bring one of them with her.
Well, I would love it if she came in and we distracted her so much that she left one of them in the car for at least 45 minutes. And then I could just
melted.
berate the shit out of her.
How
Dare you
I
leave
am
your...
calling DCS on you. That is I can't believe that you could be such a lax mother.
Then the police show up and they're like, what's the problem? She left her baby in this car. And they go, oh my God, that's terrible. Sir, it's a doll. It is not a doll.
You don't understand.
Then I turned into the fucking crazy
You
person.
let you lean in. Wow, I want to thank you for ruining my election day, and that is something to keep in mind. And but can we talk about the Martha Stewart documentary? For a quick
Absolutely.
second?
What was
First
your
of
take
all,
on it?
I'm inspired. I am so inspired that I gave you a little Martha Stewart. It's like a little, if Martha Stewart,
Was on Designing Women and she was replacing Jean Smart at the desk.
oh, that's even better. I was
You're
going to say went grunge. I'm
No.
sort of like a Janine Garofalo going to Westchester vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I loves the Martha Stewart documentary. If they keep coming out with these documentaries, I will watch every single one of them. I watched the 3-part docu-series on CNN
Of Martha
of
Stewart?
Martha Stewart.
Okay.
And then Netflix has come out with another one, but this time she's like, I'd like to release my diary that I kept in prison. And I'm like, I'll eat anything. Don't do it. Give me more Martha. I want more Martha. I am here for Martha Stewart.
What's your favorite part of the documentary?
I think it's when she read the private letters that she sent to her husband. Oh, no, that's not true. Here is my favorite part of the documentary. The fact that she was like, I have no problem with you releasing this to the public. It's the VHS footage of the day before she's supposed to go to prison. And she's in her house on Turkey Hill or whatever. And she was like, I still need to film an Easter episode before I get put away for 5 months. And she lets the camera crew come in. And she's supposed to be filming, the dinner. And she's ripping people to shit in her kitchen. And I could not stop laughing. She's like, why would you use that knife to cut an orange? You use a large knife to cut an orange, you moron. These stupid. See? It's better. It's better. And you just know.
Martha, that's my femur. Whatever.
Give me your hand.
It's a Ginsu knife. It cuts through anything. A tin can.
You need a bigger knife to cut through your wrist, which is what I'm going to do, Concepcion. She is ripping people apart.
My favorite part, other than her, you're not going to use that, right? That part, which is right after that, is when she goes on and on about her ex-husband cheating on her and all this stuff. And then they start talking, and she starts mentioning her affairs, but they don't count. It's like, so well, that didn't really count.
But
Oh, okay. But you're eviscerating this man.
that's
And she's like, well, mine didn't count.
hilarious.
You were on your honeymoon and you made out with some stranger at the Basilica.
She's like, it was a moment.
It was
Whatever.
just, yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want to be there with him? Like, I think a lot of people wouldn't.
She's not Cher.
Right, she kind of is because she has that weird, like, especially because it looks like her bottom lip is glued to her teeth only on one side.
Yeah, so it's like this. But everything is a bit tight and it's a bit out this side, and her eyes don't really move all that much. But here's the best part about her saying that, because they were like, didn't you have an affair with an Irishman? She was like, yeah, but it wasn't good.
Right,
Was
so
it
like it doesn't count.
So it doesn't count because I didn't Well, I didn't have fun.
Well, I didn't come, so I didn't have. It doesn't count.
I mean, I
right?
only slept with him 3 times, and it wasn't a good thing. So,
I mean,
yeah.
she comes off as she comes off. I mean,
I am 100% pro Martha Stewart.
I
Even with all of that shit, I think it's hilarious.
I think it's very entertaining. I do like how she pivots
Mm-hmm.
from being like a billionaire to then like this comic roaster
Yeah.
and rebuilds everything.
It's also something about, like, if that were to happen right now, she wouldn't do a single day in prison. I don't think she would. I don't know. Because I feel like she was a real hard target and they made an example out of her. And I
Right.
wanted to punch James Comey and all of those chachi, smug guys in the face because they were like, okay, well, she didn't do insider trading, but she lied. She lied. She's going away for lying to us. We don't want to be lied. Don't lie to the government. Meanwhile, she's like, I am surrounded by billionaire men
Liars.
who are liars who are doing 20,000 times worse things than me, but because I am a woman, I'm an easy target for you. You can put me away, and because I'm a public figure. And they really, what was nuts to me is they were estimating like what her worth would be. Like, look, she's good. She's still a billionaire. She's doing just fine.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad for Martha. But I think her worth would be 10 times what it is right now.
I think if they rolled it back out and she was able to reclaim it all, she could still make it like a fortune off of it and kind of like rebrand it.
Well, Kmart's gone now. So that part's moot.
Yes, but she can go. I mean, there's
She
you
can
know,
do whatever
swing a
she
cat.
wants.
There's another big box store that'll sell her shit.
Oh, absolutely. Like Kohl's with Martha. She
Yeah.
knocked Vera Wang off of her high horse.
Absolutely.
Be like, there's a new sheriff in town.
There's a new nonstick pan in town.
Vera Wang doesn't count.
She
used
doesn't
to
even
do
cook.
bridal. She doesn't even know how to make a bed with hospital corners. This is my new Martha Stewart. You
Good.
like it?
I don't know if I just default to Cher, and I just don't.
You
It's like Cher in like a massive car accident because it's kind of like, who's cutting the orange with a toothpick?
So she's got like a body cast on.
Well, she kind
Shit
of
her
was
with a
sitting
body
there.
cast.
She was sitting there so uncomfortable, like during the entire thing.
Oh, I know. But I think that's just how she sits.
Well, maybe.
She's like, I've never known a day of relaxation in my life.
I don't think she. I think she's such a perfectionist that she can't possibly.
But I like that she's so.
But she owns it. Like that's what
Yeah,
she,
but
that's
that
what
she's
she
like-
likes to do.
I'm a hard ass perfectionist. However, she let people see into her private mail to him, her private diary that she kept in
Prison.
prison, and the video of her looking like a absolute vag to the people that she was working for.
I would just want like
I was a very well trimmed vag.
yeah. I just wouldn't want her to come to my house because I just know that she'd be like, well, that's a piece of shit. Like you know, like I don't.
And I think I want that.
I don't want that because you're a masochist.
I'm basically in an abusive relationship with Martha Stewart,
Okay, that's fine.
and I'm here for it. It's a good thing. Hey, everybody, I think it's time. What do you say? Welcome to Dear Pod, the comedy advice podcast. I am your host, Walter Cronkite.
And I'm Martha Stewart.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
And we're coming to you from the Maha'a Bar on the beautiful Pineapple Ranch. Can I hear it? You remixed
Tis
it.
the season.
It was a little. Oh, it keeps going. Oh, God. This-
So you recorded me sitting next to that man on the New Jersey Transit.
I was going to say, this is the guy who was working out next to me today that made me homicidal. Made me run faster on the treadmill,
There you
though.
go.
You can outrun the germs. Did you know that?
No.
Not happening. Well, this week, like all weeks, we're bringing you the advice articles of Ann Landers and Dear Abby. That's what we do this week, all weeks, every week. We drag them out. We show them around. We bring them to the voting booths, and then we say, vote, vote, vote. That's what the past couple weeks have been to me. Just a cacophony of people going, vote, did you vote, vote, vote? And in the words of Emo Phillips, to think, Wait, I have to do an exact. I turned off my phone. Find Emo Phillips on Twitter. He did a thing. It was like, and just think, after tonight, we're just a few months away from finding out who won the presidential campaign.
Maybe.
Everybody, if you think that we're coming to you on election day, so it's a very wild evening here at the pod. There will be a lot of heavy drinking going on. A lot of dancing. I don't know. What do you do on a day where it seems like it's the most consequential election? Though every election now is starting to feel like that. They're like, this is the most important, until 4 years from now, the most important thing you'll ever do in your life.
Well, it is because it's not really the two candidates that we really want in front of us.
Yes, but here's my thought. Wouldn't it be hilarious if Jill Stein won?
No. Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
No, listen, hear me out. Like, out of nowhere, because everybody's so unhappy with both of these things, these options, what if there was just this huge voter turnout and Jill Stein won? She has not been on that ballot, I feel like, since, like, Mondale. I'm like, has this woman been running on the Green Party since
Forever.
like Reagan? Seriously.
I think so.
Every time. So what if this is her year and she is not ready for it all? She's at home. She's
No endorsements.
No, she's
no
got
money spent.
pajamas.
Nothing. Yeah.
She's got like Ben and Jerry's. She's holed up. She's like, I wonder who's going to win this. And then all of a sudden she's like, wait, what? Wait.
And like a camera shoots into her bathroom and she's like in the tub with Calgon. She's like, I'm not ready. I was just being taken away by Calgon. I don't know.
I'm like elbow deep in a Chardonnay. I can't give you a speech. I didn't know this was going to happen.
Oh my God. Just don't step on my rabbit. I didn't know you guys were coming. I lit the candles. I brought my rabbit from my bedside table.
Oh, I thought you meant an actual, like...
Yeah. Sometimes she likes to take a bath with her pet rabbit.
Well, she is the Green Party. I feel
I
like
don't
it would
know.
track.
I guess.
I'm just saying. That's a great idea for a movie. Jill Stein wins. You
That's the
heard
name
it
of
here
it.
now.
That's the name of the movie. Jill Stein wins.
I don't know. We'll find out in February.
We'll find
After
out
all the
whenever
lawyers
we
go
find
through
out.
it.
I don't know what's happening.
So we're here together tonight on election night to film a fabulous full ep for you. And of course, since today is election day and the way that the energy and the vibes of the country have been going, we've chosen a very apt theme, which is anxiety. That's right. Oh, I was so nervous about it, I forgot to tell you all about following us on social medias. How many calls to action do I have to do? Hi, everyone.
Don't they know by now?
We need you to follow us on your social media at Dear Pod Official on your Insta, your TikTok. Oh, on TikTok, we're just Dear Pod. And on Face, we're back to TikTok.
What?
I mean,
did you
my
just
God.
stroke out?
You know what? I have to go. My dolls are upstairs waiting for me. And I forgot,
I just heard my doll cry.
I forgot to breastfeed Carrie. And she's going to get, how she gets.
You know how my doll, Carrie White, gets.
Well, if you're going to follow that chick on TikTok, then goddamn it, follow us. Follow us on all your social medias, Dear Pod or Dear Pod Official. Check out our website, dearpodofficial.com, where you can binge every last episode, but we would rather have you listen to it on Apple Podcasts, where you can rate, review, and subscribe. And if you found us on YouTube, congratulations, we're sexy. It may be a rough
You
election
found
day,
us.
but I'm giving you good hair today. Wait, let me just do...
How can they help us out?
She's going to stop traffic.
Oh, I'm getting to that. Don't you worry. As the Linda Evangelista of podcasts, you got to give the people what they came to see.
I get it.
I get it, man. So check out our YouTube if you haven't already. Dear Pod Official YouTube. And definitely smash that subscribe button, as the kids say. Because we need no... Smash it! Just swag it! And finally, and most importantly, as our disembodied voice started to yell at me, patreon.com/dearpodofficial, where for a mere $5 a month, you can get extra special tidbits in your inbox every week. All kinds of fun stuff coming your way. It's worth it. Check out the Patreon page. Join $5 a month. That's what we like to call the Viennetta level. So because Viennetta was the height of elegance in 1986.
Real rich ingredients.
And if you haven't We have over 200 episodes previously that you can go and binge on Apple Podcasts, where you can find our obsession with Viennetta and the day that we found a Viennetta and we ate it on the air, which nobody likes. I apologize for any mouth sounds that were made in the eating of a dairy product, especially by Patty.
Well, it's not really dairy.
I know, we're
it just
using
happens
that
to be near dairy.
wicked loosely.
It's not even dairy adjacent. It's like dairy once removed.
It's like dairy 3 blocks over.
It's like Darien.
It's like Derry, New Hampshire.
Right.
It's more dairy. It's it's not dairy because we ate
Because it walked to the box.
Basically, we left the Viennetta loaf out for an extended period of time where it did not break down in the heat of summer.
What it did is it poltergeist chickened and walked its way to the other side of the counter.
Yeah, it
and
did
then I
the
ripped my
slinky.
face off.
Yeah, and it was
It did
was
the
worth
moonwalk, and then it did the lambada because it's the forbidden dance. And so is the Viennetta, the forbidden.
Nobody has said lambada since 1993.
Since the movie came out,
Since lambada.
which then ended the lambada.
Lambada.
Lambada! Isn't
Great.
basically the lambada is just dry humping in a circle?
Probably.
I think so.
I mean, then it got replaced by the Macarena.
Completely different. The Macarena you do by yourself. The lambada is you're
Maybe
You're
you've been
literally-
doing the Macarena wrong.
you do it by yourself.
Can you imagine somebody asks you to dance and it's the Macarena plays?
No,
Like if you're at a school dance,
I wouldn't.
junior high.
Why would I be there? I'm a 48-year-old man
Exactly.
who's gay and
Who's
doesn't have any
breastfeeding
fucking
dolls
kids.
at home?
I'm sorry I'm late. I was breastfeeding my dolls.
Oh, the Macarena.
Sorry, I'm lactating. What is he talking about?
Why is he wearing a breastfeeding bra?
Oh, sorry, I have to take this call. My kid's calling. She has a kid? No, he just has those dolls at
Where's
home.
that stroller?
Who's she
Oh.
talking to then? I don't know.
Okay, I will give you this little bit of insight where this is where I may have my Long Island Kelly tip the scales.
Oh, no.
Our dear beloved Scotchy, we have 2 dogs, fur babies.
Okay.
And Scotchy had to have surgery on his leg. He tore his ACL and his meniscus. Old football injury. So he has like some heavy healing to go.
Sure.
But I have Izzy and I have to walk Izzy.
Yeah.
And I didn't want Scotch to feel left out.
Yeah.
I should probably drink something before I say this.
It's too
Like
late.
something alcoholic.
That's too late.
I did buy a dog stroller.
Okay, this is totally fine. I just want to remind you that I'm talking about a doll that has no real working parts to it at all. And your dogs are living creatures.
Okay, so you actually are defending my purchase of a dog stroller that I have been
Yes.
taking around the neighborhood?
I just pretended that I was a woman who was talking to her child on the phone while she was at a school function, knowing goddamn well that is not a real live child. It is indeed a doll.
That's different. That's
That
a
if
bit.
it does talk to her, she's probably killed her mother.
And she's in a barrel and she's collecting her Social Security checks.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But this is,
So you're the woman on the block with the dog in the stroller.
yes,
Okay.
and a cone. He has a cone and he's in a stroller.
And you brought him outside.
Brought him outside. I rolled him around while walking Izzy and he was barking.
This
I
is
I
like
don't
when
think he was
peop-
enjoying it at
This
all.
is like when people roll their like grandparents around and they put on a funny hat and like a funny like shirt or whatever, and all that older person's mind is like, if you don't fucking let me go down this hill and into a fucking mail truck.
That's how I feel when I see them at
Like they really,
Disney.
oh look, she's dressed up as as Mickey Mouse. She doesn't even like Walt Disney.
She doesn't know where she is.
Right. So she does not give a shit
She
about
fought
this
in
place.
World War One. Take the birthday cake hat off this woman. I know you wanted her with you. You wanted Pop with you so that you get to the front of the line.
Her closet is filled with Chanel. Why do you think this rayon polyester blend is preferred at this age?
She never wanted your face in front of her, much less on a T-shirt as you drag her through 95-degree heat
She
so
would rather
you can
have
get on rides faster.
Kelly's doll children rather than you pushing her down the street.
You can have Jennifer. She's a real bitch. want Kelly to get drunk and be like, you know what? That's it. I'm bringing you to your aunt's house. And I'd be the aunt. The fuck is that?
These are my kids.
dolls.
They're dolls.
It's a Cabbage Patch.
Careful of this one. She started to smoke. What?
It's stuffing. I'd take the stuffing out of those dolls in front of her. That would be murder. She would call 911. Okay, we have to follow up on this story. So keep your tabs on that. I want to know more.
I certainly will. Because I really like deranged women in my feed.
That's why we are co-hosts of Dear Pod. You should have just said deranged women and stopped there. All right, everybody, it's election night. You're anxious, you're nervous, you're tense. So let's have some
I'm fine.
articles about. I'm totally relaxed. Go on, hit me.
Okay. Nervousness, nervous system.
Okay.
Gary Sinise, I don't know.
Oh my God, wouldn't that be great if there's this like random Ann Landers article about Gary Sinise?
It's like, what the fuck?
This is niche.
Which is strange because I went on a Gary Sinise dive and a Ned Harris dive because I like them both.
Who's Ned Harris?
Ed Harris.
You really need to separate the Ann
Ed
and the...
Harris, who was in The Abyss and hated the movie.
I know everybody hated that movie.
Well, if you drown nearly 12 times, it'd be like, I'm done.
Because James Cameron's like, punch her in the tits.
No, go deeper without that mask.
Look at Mary Elizabeth Master Antonio's experience on that movie.
Oh,
she
I
was
did.
like, my tits were hanging out. He kept making Ed Harris cry on my boobs. I was like, I am done. Where is the craft service table?
Sorry, they didn't make it to work. They drowned in the other tank. This is from the Selma Times Journal, Selma, Alabama, Tuesday, October 31st, 1967. Nerve tick won't upset wedding. Dear Abby, I'm going to be married soon, Dear Abby, I'm going to be married soon and am facing, I'm sorry. They have these weird
Jennifer!
spaces here.
God damn it! I told you I'd play Simon with you after we do the podcast.
Are you the drunk
I don't know
Kelly
what
with your
drunk
dolls?
Kelly. She's like abusive. After 7 o'clock, she's like, "Don't make me put my cigarettes out on you again."
Have you been
Go ahead,
abusing your
call
baby?
DCS.
She's not even a real baby. You bitch. See, she does talk. She fucking loses her mind.
You bitch. I'm gonna get lipstick on my Martha Stewart sweater. Okay, go ahead.
Dear Abby, I'm going to be married soon and I'm facing a big problem. My father has had a nervous tic for years, which causes him to jerk his head back involuntarily every few seconds. He winks one eye when he jerks, which has caused him to be misunderstood by strange women when he walks down the street. It looks like a gesture which means, come along with me. Anyway, I know it's customary for a bride to be escorted down the aisle on her father's arm, but Abby, how about this tic of his? All the folks on my wedding side who will be at the wedding know my father and are used to his nervous tic, but how about those on my fiance's side who live out of town and have never met my father before? I want my wedding to be a beautiful, solemn affair, and I'm afraid my father might cause a few laughs. Please advise. Signed, Undecided.
Okay, answer first, and then I'll tell you exactly what I'm thinking. Okay, go on. Like I would ever not. It's a podcast. I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna with
Are you drunk right now?
Jennifer. It's a podcast. Get over it.
These two idiots think I'm podcast.
All you want to do is watch Dora the Explorer. Dora the Explorer. Steve, whatever his name is, Blue's Clues.
She talks to a map. Like, who talks to an Animal Project?
You're allergic to peanut butter. Go on.
Don't make me send you back to your box.
That's the biggest threat.
Back in the box, Becky.
Who wants to play a tea party?
You want to know where your dad is? I don't know where he is. No one knows. He's not in the box.
He left for milk and he never came back. And he's lactose intolerant. Go on.
Dear Undecided, how does your father feel about it? If he is self-conscious about his tic and indicates that he would rather not escort you down the aisle, ask a substitute, an uncle, cousin, dear friend, or adult brother, if you have one. But if your father would feel slighted to be denied the privilege, then let him. Chances are fiance's family will have been clued in about your father's tick before the wedding march begins.
Okay, I'd like to preface this by saying nervous tics are a horrifying thing, and I'm not making fun of anybody who has one.
No.
However, the
With that
description
being
of what
said.
that is, with that being said, with that asterisk being out there, I pictured Liza Minnelli just being like, ha! Ha! Because he ticks his head back and he winks his eye like, hey, how's it? Like he's just walking her down the aisle being like,
I didn't know her dad was on Broadway.
ring them bells! Ring them bells! So what we're saying is that Liza Minnelli has this exact nerve. Maybe it's never tick the whole time.
It's like at the end, he like has to give her away. There you go, kid.
Yeah, is it a tick or what did Fosse teach me what to do? I do. She does. I give her away.
Flowers go everywhere. By the time they make it up to the aisle, her hair is like all over the fucking place.
She
Looks
fell
like
in
she's
the
been
cake.
attacked by birds.
I didn't know her dad was Liza Minnelli.
We're just gonna take pictures before we walk down the aisle, just in case something crazy happens.
Just
I think.
pre,
What could
yeah.
possibly go wrong? Well, you haven't met Liza. I mean, my dad.
Where do you want me to stand? Oh, what a lovely piece this is. Oh. Look, here's the thing about the tick thing. Have you ever like encountered? My friend developed a nervous tick that was so, because I had known him for years.
Sure.
Moves to New York City,
Well,
which will give anyone a nervous tick. I swear to God, I think this city gave him the tick because it was like a glottal
I'm sure he got
stop.
something else before the tick.
What? I don't even know what that entendre was.
We all get a little something from the city.
Yeah, but it didn't count. It wasn't a good thing. He had this like glottal stop. Exactly. So it was like. Sorry. I should really wait till you swallow your liquids, but it was so.
He developed a glottal.
It's
What?
like a glottal stop.
Like just when he's.
Yeah. So it was weird because it came out of nowhere. Like he was completely fine his whole life. He's never ever had that. He didn't have it when he was a kid, which is so creepy.
Is he lactose intolerant?
No, none of the above. No autism.
Did he just have a shake from Steak and Shake?
Oh, never in my life. But it was like for his whole life to not have anything. It's so creepy to me that your brain can somehow be like, you nervous? We got this. We're taking over. And he had no control over it. So you'd be sitting, talking to him, and he'd be like, so, going to the, and
Maybe
I'm
his horrible acid reflux.
that's what it sounds like the GERD.
Yeah. Maybe instead of fucking making fun of him, take him to a goddamn
I know,
doctor.
some of that's what happened. But he wouldn't go to like a therapist. And we're like, this is like a nervous reaction to something. Oh, this is what it was. It was that this is weird. He moved to New York and he was so used to being not successful. Then all of a sudden moved
Same.
to New York and he got, this is why we shouldn't be. He got success really fast, really easy.
In what?
In theater. So he like booked a whole bunch of stuff as soon as he got to the city. He got commercials and he got this, and all of a sudden he was making money and he was working. He was doing the thing that was the dream, but he was so used to being like the underdog that I think that his brain went into like, we didn't expect you to actually do well. And so his body didn't know how to process it. It was really wild.
Yeah.
And he went to a therapist, and then eventually he's like, I don't want to talk about feelings, and give me a drug. And he got a fistful of something, and then the tick went away.
And did his
End of
jobs
story.
go away?
Jennifer! God damn it, bring mommy her cigarettes. Did his jobs go? No, and he's kept working.
Oh. So this is a
So the moral of
Happy
the story
story.
is we suck,
wow.
and we got to get
Happy
nervous.
election day, everybody.
Everybody, yeah. Well, I made it jazzier. Meet you at the buffet, everybody.
And
cha. Whoopee. What a beautiful bride. Oh, yes. Oh. I'm really hot. It's really hot in my Martha Stewart sweater. I have an article for you, very similar. Is my makeup down to my ass at this point?
Not
Do I
yet.
actually look like Liza?
No, not yet.
Asking for a friend. All right, everybody. This one comes from the La Crosse Tribune, La Crosse, Wisconsin, May 7th, 1979. Nail-biting daughter has tension trouble. Dear Ann Landers, our 5th grade daughter is a well-adjusted, happy individual. Her grades in school are fine, and she gets along well with everyone. The problem is this. She chews her fingernails to the quick and eats the skin off her fingertips until they are gaping sores. These are not little nibblings.
hot.
First of all, the word nibblings. These are not little nibblings. Her fingers and thumbs look as if they have been put through a meat grinder. My husband and I have tried everything to get her to stop. Punishment, logic, reward, and scare tactics. Nothing works. Bad tasting solutions.
Logic.
Logic? Like, use logic. Get your hands out of your mouth. Do you know where those hands have been?
Shame.
Up your
Shame,
ass.
yeah.
Shame. Logic. Bad tasting solutions wash off. It seems the next step would be to ask her teacher to make her wear gloves during the day. We are afraid the unhealed sores might lead to cancer or serious infection. And if any of your experts have any solutions or suggestions, they would be graciously accepted. Signed, Wits End. Dear W.E., you are trying to treat the result instead of the problem. Your child's nail and finger chewing is a symptom of anxiety, frustration, anger, and heaven knows what else. Perhaps your demands on her are too heavy. You must find out what is producing such tension in your model child that she must seek an outlet that produces physical pain and the wrath of her parents. I suggest counseling, family style, since you are all involved in the root cause. It's your problem, you did it, you're bad mother. There is no evidence that finger chewing causes cancer, but infection is always a possibility where there are gaping sores. And gaping sores.
That went in like deep on parenting.
Yeah, she was like, it's your fault. You did something
You're the
wrong or
one.
bad. You are the Jennifer! Are you chewing your fingers again, you stupid doll? That's it. I'm going to take one of your legs off and put it on the other side. I'm going to turn them out.
I'm going to put your tits on your back.
You know what? Because I can.
You
I
don't
had
even
a
have
Mr.
tits.
Potato Head. I don't need you anymore. I got 6 more of you in the living room. And one in a box that just came from Amazon.
Jonathan, come here. I need to put my cigarette out on your head.
Here, get Mommy her Marlboro Reds and a handle of Cheetos vodka. I'm so hot.
Let's play car wash with my tongue.
I've fallen for that before. College. I am not ever, nor have I ever been, a nail biter. Are you a chewer? Have you ever been a chewer?
Yeah.
Really?
It's anxious,
Do you
yeah.
still do that?
Yeah. It comes and goes.
Or depending on how keyed up you are?
Kinda, yeah.
I hate the phrase nail biter. I could never do that. That grosses me out.
It's gross.
It's gross.
Yeah.
Even you acknowledge.
Yeah.
Has it gotten so bad that you've had to like put God, these nails look awful? Have you? It won't stop. Just FYI, it's not going to stop for the rest of the episode. So smash that subscribe button.
it. Smash it.
Do it for Jennifer.
Smash your reborn doll, baby.
Revenge on. That's a lot of words, but she's an RBDB. What's your
Sorry,
child?
my baby is an RBGB. Heebie-jeebie. Arby's number 6.
She's an RBDB if it means that she'll get a scholarship to college eventually. Because it's dumb. Children.
How'd you get pregnant, Jennifer?
You're with a boy. You're unclean. Anyway, how have you stopped it? Did you put stuff on?
No, mind over matter.
Oh, you've done like exercises eventually.
That
like
and manicures, that helps.
ooh,
Manicures
like
actually help.
invested money in your nails. Therefore, you will not bite them.
Yeah. First, you have to get through the embarrassment of bringing your
Disgusting.
baby
claws.
nails to
Ew.
someone. They're like, what do we file? I'm like,
I like that you made her
I don't
Russian.
know.
I cannot work with this. These
This is
nubbins.
gross.
We file skin. You I don't know.
That hurts.
When was the last time you did that?
What?
Nail biting.
This afternoon.
Shut up, really?
Today's in a fucking election where my marriage will be overturned.
Touche, but I just handled that with Xanax. Half a Xanax twice.
No.
But like, so manicures has been the only thing.
Yeah.
You've never done the thing where you put stuff on that makes it
doesn't
taste bad? What does it taste like?
Like shit.
Actual shit?
Not actual shit.
Have you
It
been
tastes
putting
like like ammonia or something.
Oh.
But if you like the taste of ammonia, then it doesn't work.
If you like the taste of shit.
I don't know.
Human centipede me once. Shame on you. Human centipede me twice.
I must have died from being in the middle.
I've made 3 movies.
Right.
Whenever I think I lose faith in a dream, just remember somebody greenlit that movie.
And the other 2.
Somebody wrote that movie. Somebody went into an office in Hollywood and was like, you guys.
Hear me out.
First of all, have a drink. Second of all, I have this great idea.
Does anyone like a centipede? I love centipedes. They're so cute.
Yeah.
Great. Now, when I say human centipede, you say,
Green light.
get
My
why?
checkbook. Why not? I like that he's like, really, he sat down and he was like, you guys, I'm thinking, ass to mouth, ass to mouth, ass to mouth.
There's only 3 of them.
Actors. 3 for the first installment. But
Right,
I also
right,
have a
right.
vision for the long-term goals of this movie and where it could potentially go.
If you like Jurassic Park 1, 2, 3, and 5,
Yeah. If
Then
you
you're
like
gonna love
Fast and the Furious 1
18.
through 26, you're going to love Human Centipede 1, 2, and 3. And also,
and beyond.
if I may double up on that, the lead character in the movie had a dream of creating a centipede out of people who were ass to mouth, ass to mouth. He had a dream and he made it happen. Much like the man who wrote the movie had a dream
What is happening here?
and made it happen. I don't know. I'm just following an irrational thought to its logical conclusion.
So here-
Jennifer! Bitch!
So I'm in your house, and you're trying to convince me human centipede is
What
okay.
I'm saying
I'm in
is-
your basement. I don't know how I got here.
Take a sip.
I can't feel my legs, and I can't feel my hands.
Exactly. Enjoy that
And my
Diet
lips
Coke.
are numb.
I don't feel right. God, it's so good to be alive at this wedding.
I mean, that'd be one way to like fix his tick would be sewing his mouth to someone's asshole.
Oh my God, the tick would be so much worse. Could you imagine having a ticked mouth attached to
Tied
your
to your-
like, oh.
Well, as it rips
This is
off
more
your
fun
ass
than I
skin.
thought.
I don't know.
Ass skin. Oh, wow. You guys, we have brought you to so many places today on this election day. If you haven't forgotten all of your problems, then we're not doing our job right.
True.
Speaking of jobs, you know what time it is?
Your article.
I just read my article.
Oh,
Oh, my God.
how long have I been down here? What's in the string?
This drink is lovely. Jennifer, just drink it, okay? Lactose intolerant bitch. Can't bring anything home because she's allergic to
You
peanut
plastic whore.
butter.
Rubber plastic whore.
I think it's time, everybody. It's time
For
for
Instagram mail. Instagram mail.
We're reading-
Jennifer, get out of your fucking box.
Jennifer, get off your social media and come wipe mommy's ass.
Okay.
I did.
Wow. This isn't precious.
Has
Based
it-
on push by Saf.
I've taken it to a place that's inappropriate, but we have it anyway. Sponge bathe your mom and Instagram mail me.
Now I don't even know what the fuck.
I don't even know. Instagram mail, everybody. That's right. Email us or slide into our DMs. You can email us at dearpodofficial@gmail.com or slide into our DMs on Instagram and send us an advice question if you would like it answered by us two unprofessional, unqualified jackasses here on the air. You can hear your question read. You get fake advice for it, so do it. Dearpodofficial.
Yes.
Gmail. All right, we have one Instagram mail question this week. Patty, will you read it for moi?
That's sad, distant.
What did I just say?
You said Gmail. Or Gmail or email, whatever the fuck you just said.
Email? I don't even know. It's soft. It's gentle.
Here we go.
I am ready. The glasses are going on.
Because it's small writing. Dear Pod, I am at the end of my rope. Between the news cycle and social media and everyday life and feeling a constant need to keep up with the relentless pace of balancing career and life, I feel like I'm going to have a breakdown. I go to therapy, I take anti-anxiety meds, I meditate, do yoga. It feels like nothing works. And any suggestions on anything I haven't tried to calm my grinding gears? Sign, tired, and it's only Tuesday.
That was a great read. That was like 2 breaths.
Yeah.
Great.
Dear Tired, after reading your letter, my own pulse quickened. I had shortness of breath and I needed to lie down. Jumpin' Jesus, madam. Put down the coffee, Adderall, and energy drinks and go for a goddamn walk. Take a break from all your devices and reboot. Go ahead and blow on it, too.
Oh.
Like Nintendo games.
Oh, okay.
Just because news is on and the phone is nearby doesn't mean you have to subscribe to it. Just think of all those citizens living in Cuesta Verde while Carolina and her family were being terrorized by the other side and sucked into a swimming pool filled with dead people. Those neighbors chose to look the other way and went on to their carefree, zestfully clean, crystal light, dexatrim, and sizzling lives. The point is, choose you. Choose calm. Witches can be right. Giants can be good. You decide what's right. You decide what's good. Good old Sondheim. Although there were a lot of deaths in those woods. Just do what every man does on Fire Island. Just take a few good, deep breaths.
Oh.
Maybe another one. And soon the world will open up to you. And you'll be able to relax and take it all in.
In the meat rack.
Fuck yeah.
Abby. First of all, I just want to say kudos to you for bringing sizzling back into the conversation. I think it's a meat product that has been long overlooked for too many years.
Bacon? No, something leaner.
Nobody knows what it is. Nobody knows.
It's probably still around.
It was the Beyond Burger. I think Beyond Burger is probably sizzling. I'm just saying. And secondly, the amount of things that we just blew on when we were kids as a means of fixing something is shocking. Like, just blow on it.
Everything.
It'll fit. Jennifer!
Blow on Daddy.
Stay
Wait,
with me, the world is dark and wild. Get my pants.
You're a little red. You're in a forest by yourself, Jennifer. Jesus.
You're never going to make anything out of yourself. You're not going to get on Dance Moms if you keep up with this attitude, Jennifer. Turn out! Turn out!
Her leg snaps off.
I guess I pushed it too hard. All right, here's what Am has to say to Tired and It's Only Tuesday.
Okay.
Dear TAIOT, I want to preface this by saying I am not a trained medical professional. But have you tried walking off into the woods, wandering aimlessly, never to be seen again? Unless you live in the 1 square foot of this planet, untouched by social media and all the other garbage technology man has created under the BS auspices of connecting with each other, I'm afraid anxiety is here to stay. Thanks to anxiety, it seems more and more people are going off the grid. But it ain't for everyone. Serial killer Ted Bundy escaped from a prison in Colorado and ran into the woods. No one could find him. He could have stayed there forever. He could have kept walking to the border and disappeared into the night. And after 2 weeks in the woods, he came back and turned himself in because he could not handle it. That is an absolutely true story, and it is a horrible advertisement. That's why people hate camping. That's how bad camping is. That a serial killer was like, I would rather take my chances with the electric chair and stay in these woods and how to figure out how to skin and eat a squirrel. That's all. You may not have to go full Bundy, but I recommend carving out 1 day a week where you go off the grid. Can't take it for a full day? Make it an hour. If you stop the flow of anxiety at its source, your phone, your TV, your computer, your fitness equipment, your game controls, your windows, anything with a screen, I think you will feel some steam release from that boiling teapot you call your head. And any medical professional will tell you to curb the use of alcohol, as it only agitates the situation. But as I said, I'm not a medical professional. Grab a handle of Tito's and fall backwards into the sweet, warm pool of neurosis and wait for the world to end. Good luck, you nervous son of a bitch, and happy wandering. Ann.
Well done.
Thank you. Oh my God, thank you.
Well done.
No, do we have an applause button? Maybe something to applaud for us for
You
doing such
suck.
good.
Boop.
You suck, Jennifer. Oh no, nothing. He gave up on that.
That's fine.
You know what I need on this election day? I need a drink. A drink the size of my head. I need a drink. So I think it's time, everybody. Let's land this plane once and for all while we are all still together in America. For the time being. It's time for specialty cocktail,
specialty drink.
I find that
Who
a
really
specialty
knows
drink
what's
is an
gonna be
absolute
down in
necessary
my
thing
throat
to make.
tonight because it's
When I
election.
cheated on my husband with an
I'm
Irishman,
just
but it
here
didn't
trying
count
to pretend
'cause I
that
made out with a guy in
everything
the
is
Duomo.
all right.
And then I had a huge drink at the Duomo just because I rim jobbed a guy
Wow.
in Venice. I was inspired, and it was didn't count. Doesn't count on your honeymoon if you make out with a stranger in the Duomo.
Absolutely love the fact that she's like, she
That's
looks at.
just it.
What's talking about?
It's that kind of blind confidence that I think I'm so on board for that she's like, "Psst, whatever. If you can't fight with somebody who isn't ruffled by anything, you
She's
know?
like, yeah, I made out. It doesn't like count.
She's like, I made
But
a
then didn't you
shiv
have
out of
an-
my foot.
Didn't you have an affair of your own? I wasn't gonna leave my husband for him. Well,
So it doesn't count. Like, she's like, I've seen some shit. I was in solitary confinement in Camp Cupcake. You can't, whatever. So there's like, when you have that kind of confidence, you know, that's all. Oh God, we have a specialty cocktail that I just love her so much. I'm so pro Martha Stewart. Oh, how appropriate, because she's a hard ass. This week's specialty cocktail is hard cider. Iced tea, cold brew, hard cider. There are just some things that James Jules Ferris won't drink. Oh, great. Oh, no. For this is it this week. 1 bottle of Angry Orchard cider. Here are the notes. Open bottle, pour into glass, watch someone else drink it while you have a real drink. That actually is the best advice
Okay.
I think ever uttered on this whole podcast. Here are the tasting notes. Oh, I am an equal opportunity drinker, but not when it comes to hard cider. I just don't get it. Perhaps you love it, and you can only look at me with pity, saying, Jules, you're missing out on one of life's great treats. Rest assured, I'm willing to take that judgment from you. The history of cider goes all the way back to 1300 BC in the 13th century. Is that... I'm trusting that he ripped it off Wikipedia so that the numbers are probably correct on that, but I'm looking at that with some shade, everybody.
I can smell this
On the
apple
numbers.
cider all the
Yes.
way over here.
Oh,
even though-
Jesus. Our founding fathers were avid cider producers, having their own apple orchards for cider making. So, now you know that. Nowadays, we can thank the beer and microbrewing culture for the resurgence of hard cider. As craft beer began to grow, larger droves of people started bringing their small batch cider operation in public view, and voila. He meant to write voila, but what he typed was Viola Davis. And Viola Davis, everybody. Hard cider for all. So, at around 5% alcohol by volume, feel free to choke down a glass of this bright, sweet, crisp, appley fall experience. If you need me, I'll be at the bar drinking a bourbon. Not judging you, but looking at you judgingly. That's the tasting notes for hard cider.
Judging me, judging you.
There is nothing I won't drink. Oh, I hate cider
Same.
so much. I hate all kinds. I hate non-alcoholic cider. I hate alcoholic cider. But for you people on this,
Non-alcoholic cider makes me even, when people are like, you want to go apple picking? Then we can go get cider. I'm like,
No.
is the cider spiked? No. I'm like, then why the fuck am I there? If I'm going to be around these fucking idiots taking these Instagram pictures and all of their kids, I'm going to need something harder than some fucking cider.
if you're going to be around
Cheers.
the women dressed like Han Solo in the high boots and the vests, cheers. You know what? This is actually appropriate because no matter what happens as a result of the voting in this country, half of the country is going to have to choke it down. So we're choking it down right here.
This is like someone spiked apple juice, which doesn't really go well because it's already too sweet.
You know what? I almost thought I was on board for about 3 seconds, and then it made its way to the back of my throat.
Yep.
And then it made its way to my jaw, where it made everything pucker up. This apple cider, I had a handle of apple cider, and I made out with a guy in Rome.
And then I sat on the handle. It didn't count because it was ceramic. You're welcome.
Oh, that made the cider go down easier. Oh, it's going down right now. You can feel it. You can feel it go down every inch of your throat, can't you?
No.
When I lived in London, everybody, and I lived in London, there was a cider called Scrumpy's Cider.
No.
The name alone, I should have said
Can I get
no.
2 scrumpies? It would be followed by like my teeth being down my throat.
Absolutely. And it should have been. But for some reason, somebody bought
especially
me a
if I
Scrumpy.
ordered it like that. Can I get 2 scrumpies, sir?
I love a Scrumpy. I love Scrumpy cider. But I was like 20. And I'm like, I'll drink it, or 21 or whatever. And I'm like, put it in front of me. I'm fine. I'll drink it. I had about 5 sips of Scrumpies, and then it exited my body with the anger of the gods. But it didn't come out this way.
Oh.
It ignited something bad in me. So cheers, everybody. Cheers.
Nasty scrumpies. When I was in London, I drank so much Guinness, which I can't even imagine drinking Guinness now.
That doesn't feel like you. I was going to say that doesn't track.
It was like the first time I think I drank. And I was in this pub, and I'm like, this is awesome. And then I'm like, then my body turned to cement.
But apparently it's like light. Look it up. It's like one of the most dietetic beers. I'm not a beer
Guinness?
drinker. Yes. Because it's deceptive because it's dark and...
It looks like you're drinking the Loch Ness.
I
Like,
know. It's like sludge.
Yeah.
I can't tell you the last time I had it.
Can't
Which
either.
feels like I'm disobeying
I'm
my
fine.
people. But I'm fine with it.
I'm okay with that.
I like my liquor like I like my men. Clear in Russian.
What?
Goodbye, everybody! Happy election day! Happy election day! I can't feel my feet anymore.
This episode of Dear Pod is mixed and edited by Jim Ferris and is a property of Pineapple Ranch Productions.